I'm Grace Weldon, and this is my persuasive speech. So, why do people buy pets? Buying pets prevents an animal from being adopted and from feeling loved. And ultimately, if the pet is not adopted, they are euthanized. So, there are thousands of homeless animals that need a home. But instead, we as humans feel the need to buy a new animal. It's almost like a clean slate, like a new animal is a clean slate. Because we see animals that are in shelters as dirty. And so there are so many causes to this. Some of them are that we think that an animal who's in a shelter is a bad animal, or that it has too much baggage. So a bad animal such as an animal that is aggressive, or an animal that is not good with other animals or pets that you may have at your house, or baggage such as that they are abandoned and that's why they're going to be aggressive, and that you can't get that. You can't make that go away, or you can't stop that. You can't train them not to be that way. Things like that, we think that animals at shelters are going to kind of be that way. But that is not the case. Another way is that people feel like they are not going to be able to find the animal that they want. I think that people go in with this mindset of they want this specific dog, it needs to be this way, or this animal, and it needs to be this way and have all of these qualities. But whenever you find a dog or a cat or whatever it may be, it's going to be trained and it's going to kind of blossom out of its shell, kind of like a child, in a sense. And they may be quiet and shy at first because it's like a very unfamiliar setting. And so you won't know what their temperament, in a sense, is going to be until they become comfortable in the house setting that they're in. And so those are just two kind of ideas that we as humans just have in our head that are so false, because we just see these sheltered animals as things that are dirty and bad. But there are so many ways that we can prevent that and that we can take steps toward adoption instead of continuing to buy brand new pets. So some of those ways are to adopt and not to buy. And I understand that is so much easier said than done. But if you think about it, purebred dogs, which is more than likely what we would be buying if we were to buy an animal, are going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And if you were to adopt a pet, it would cost so much less than that. Probably max like $200. And so that in and of itself, I'm a penny pincher, and so that in and of itself is like a way to get me to adopt a pet. But also another reason to adopt them, not only for the money, but I've already kind of mentioned this, but a pet who stays at the shelter, if they are there for too long, they will be euthanized, which is a lethal injection. And they do this because the Humane Society, I got this from their website, they talked about how they will euthanize them because they become overpopulated. And they can't be overpopulated because they have to take in so many more animals. Which honestly is just sad to think that there's so many stray cats and dogs out there that they have to start killing off other cats and dogs. So I think that in of itself is one very good reason to start adopting instead of buying, because so many more people are going to be buying, and you can be one of the first ones to take a step and start adopting. Another one is you are able to show an animal love by adopting them. It's almost like a baby in a sense. So these animals that end up in shelters are abandoned. They are neglected. They may have been abused, and so they don't know what it feels like to be adopted. They don't know what it feels like to be loved. In a shelter, they are somewhat showed that, but the people who work in the shelter have so many other pets that they have to take care of that they can't focus on one animal specifically. And so if you were to adopt one, you'd be able to show them love. You'd be able to take them on walks. You'd be able to love them. You would be able to play with them in the backyard, give them exercise and feed them and just love them like they're supposed to be loved. And so all in all, in my opinion, adoption is so much better, and I think that everyone should do it. But if you're adopting is altogether so much better, just because you're able to show them love, you're able to give them a home, and you ultimately save their life from being euthanized. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy.